Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. So in today's video, I will be talking about personal finance. Personal finance is an aspect which is never talked about in our houses, never taught about in our schools. So personal finance is basically kept something called as secretive in all the houses, never talked about by parents. So what happens is when we grow up, when we start earning, all we do is just spend the money in an intense way, not using our money wisely, not financing our salaries properly. After watching this video, you will know exactly what you should be doing with your hard-earned money. Should you be spending it in an irrational way, or should you be using your income in a wise manner? So let's get the video started. So first and foremost, you need to understand that being rich and being wealthy are completely two different things in personal finance. So what is being rich? Being rich, a person who wants to be rich is a person who spends his money like however he wants. As soon as he gets the salary, let's say he goes and buys an iPhone, goes and buys a new car, goes and buys a flat on EMI, but he doesn't understand that he's getting into a debt trap. He's just buying all those things to show to people that he is rich. He'll go and upload a few Insta stories and people will think, oh my god, he's so rich. But you don't understand the whole picture. You're not seeing his bank balance. You're just seeing the things he's buying, but every month you don't see the EMI which is going for that. And on the other hand, a wealthy person, as soon as he gets his income, he will just take out a little portion of it for his daily uses and daily needs, and rest of his money will be invested around all the asset classes. A wealthy person's main mindset is to preserve and grow his wealth. If you're the guy who wants to show off, if you're the guy who wants to look rich to other people, then you can just leave this video and go. But if you're a guy who wants to be wealthy, if you're a guy who wants to win the long run race, then continue watching this video. As you understood, the goal is never to be rich. The main goal is to be wealthy. If you've watched this video till here, and if I ask you now that what is your goal, you will obviously tell me that Rahul, yeah, I want to be wealthy. So if you want to be wealthy, you need to understand the major difference between assets and liabilities. In my terms, or according to me, liabilities is something that eats up your money. Liabilities is something that takes money out of your pocket. So many people will argue with me saying that car and mobile are actually assets, but no, they are not assets. In accountancy terms, yes, they could be assets, but according to me or according to personal finance, they are not assets, because car and mobile is just taking out money from your pocket. Like you have to pay the insurance money for your car, you have to pay petrol money for your car, you have to do recharge for your mobile and lot of maintenance stuff. So all these things are not assets, they are liabilities. Anything you have purchased, if it is not generating any kind of cash flow in future, then it cannot be considered as asset. It is a liability. Unless you're an influencer that you buy a iPhone 13 Pro Max to make reels and upload it, then you can consider it as an asset or an investment, because those things can actually generate cash flow in future by brand sponsorship. So now you'll tell me that, okay, hey Rahul, I understood what you're trying to tell me. Now tell me that how do I identify assets, and how do I differentiate between assets and liabilities, and how do I put my money more into the assets? So first and foremost, if you want to become wealthy, you need to be a frugal spender in the early years of your life. You need to understand the topic of minimalism, because only when you spend less, only then you will have a lot of money to invest. You need to understand that everything is in the world. You don't need everything in the world to satisfy yourself. Just whatever you have is more than enough to satisfy yourself for some time. And secondly, you need to consider yourself as an asset. You need to invest most of the money into yourself, because when you consider yourself as an asset, when you invest more time and more money into yourself, let's say buying new courses, learning new things, investing in books, only then you will gain more knowledge. Because nowadays, knowledge has become a competitive advantage in every field. The more knowledge you'll have, only then your earning capacity will increase. Only when your earning capacity will increase, only then your investing capacity will increase. And also consider time as a very important asset, because the way you utilize your time is what is going to determine your future, is what is going to determine if you'll be wealthy in the future ahead or not. Now, to understand more about assets and what are the investment options available for you to put your money and become wealthy, go check this video out and you'll understand in depth what are the investment opportunities out there and what are the risks oriented with it. Now, just to give you a brief summary, there is fixed deposits, there is stocks, there is commodities, there is real estate, there is cryptos where you can go and invest your money sensibly and grow your wealth. Before growing your wealth, before doing anything else in the world, go and buy a health insurance. Go and buy a health insurance as soon as possible, because the younger you are, the lesser premium you will have to pay for the health insurance for the rest of your life. Because let's say you've been saving up money for the last 10 years and you have, let's say, 50 lakhs worth of portfolio in stocks and cryptos, and suddenly you meet with an accident or you have a surgery or a heart attack. Then you realize that the 50 lakhs is just faded away, it's just gone in the medical expenses. You never know the importance of health insurance unless you get into that situation. So first, go and buy a health insurance if you want to stay safe, and if you want to become wealthy, first go and buy a health insurance before doing anything else in the world. Before even investing your money, go and buy a health insurance. Diving into the main part of personal finance, there is a rule in personal finance known as the 50-30-20 rule. This rule states that 50% of your monthly income should go into your monthly expenses, like your utility bills, your electricity bills, or your mobile recharge, Wi-Fi bills, rents, etc. And 30% money you should invest in yourself, like going on vacation, taking breaks, buying new courses, buying books, and all those things. And 20% money should be invested in assets. So you need to follow this 50-30-20 rule to become wealthy. This is one of the major rules you have to follow to become wealthy. Second most important thing is that you have to maintain an emergency fund. You have to maintain an emergency fund of 6 to 12 months ahead. Like let's say your salary is 10,000 rupees per month, maintain an emergency fund of at least 60,000 to 1.2 lakhs in your savings account, because savings account is very liquid in nature and you can access it whenever you want. Why you should maintain an emergency fund is because if situation like COVID or any other crisis arises again, you will not have to sell your investments or your house or your anything for your daily expenses, because you can last with the emergency fund for next 6 to 12 months. To sum this video up, if you want to become wealthy, you need to know the difference between assets and liabilities. You need to know the difference between being rich and being wealthy. You have to go and get an health insurance. You have to maintain an emergency fund and always follow the 50-30-20 rule of spending. If you understood everything I said up until now, and if you follow everything I said, I'm damn sure that you will be a wealthy man in the long run. And if this video added any value to your life, please share this video here on, and see you soon.